Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. No, no.
Wow. So I was muted this whole time. That's what I get for not doing an audio check. For some reason, it defaulted my mic instead of using the mic that I've always used and never use anything else except for the mic that I didn't use. Okay, I guess we're restarting. How is it going, everyone? I'm your host, Get Good Fox. I am Commander Fox of Ronin Fox Armored Security. You are in the Fox Republic, citizens, and this is MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I am joined by my usual co-host, Dr. Sheriff
Hello.
Crab, who will not be talking as much as his voice needs some time to rest. So that means you're stuck listening to me for about 90 to 95% of today's episode. Aren't you the luckiest? Today, though, I guess I'm going to fast forward through what I was just yapping about. We are going to be attempting to do bow and arrow before the, what do you call it? The Rise of Rasalhague. Yeah, right before Rise of Rasalhague. I think we could do it. We are right at the location, and the notification for Rise of Rasalhague hasn't popped up yet. And we want to do that because there are some missions in Rise of Rasalhague that aren't the easiest. We wanted to make sure that we had some strong mechs. And unfortunately, the mechs that you guys voted for are somewhere between mid and okay. With there's a few that stand out. But a lot of the ones are not super great. And a lot of the good ones, they don't appear until later on, or they're very unusual models. So we wanted to make sure that we definitely packed some firepower. So we looked at, what are the best mechs that we could have. A lot of them are very random, though. You don't know if you're going to get them. It's just a matter, it's the Pokemon element of Battletech or MechWarrior 5. But one thing we can guarantee are quests. Quests sometimes pay out hero mechs, and some of those hero mechs are quite good. So we did manage to get the Corsair. The Corsair is not fantastic. I mean, maybe we'll be able to make something interesting with it later on, but by default, it's good enough. It'll do the job. It's still better than a lot of what we have. We did get the King Crab car last stream. There is no doubt that mech is going to be extremely strong. Kind of funny because did you platform to that weird location over there?
Yeah.
The King Crab car is really good. We kind of made a fuss out of it though. That was actually a bit of a mission. Had to lock in on that one.
A bit of work.
It's kind of funny because we're getting the reason we're getting those mechs is to prepare for Rasalhague. But we didn't prepare for Stop the Launch because we did it so early. So I don't know. We're just trying to make sure that it gets done. Anyways, I will be doing viewer mechs. So down in the chat is a link to the Discord. If you want to submit your own mech, because this is Kagaku Ryu's mech. In Japanese, they don't really have an R sound, so it'd be like Kagaku Ryu. They roll their R's a little bit. I'm not doing that though. I'm too lazy. That's the rolling of the R's is not going to happen. So it's just going to be that. He didn't give me a color scheme, so I just looked at his avatar and chose colors off of his avatar. So these are his mechs that he submitted, and once again, I'll show you. If you want me to try one of your mech designs, I will do it. You submit them here, and I will pin them up. If I have the mech, I'll do it. If I don't have the mech, well, you have to wait until I obtain the mech, obviously. But there you go. I'll try to use all three of them today. I may not be able to get to the Panther because we may be doing missions that are too high difficulty for the Panther. But the other ones, we should definitely be able to squeeze in the other ones. But, we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So, according to StarMap, we are on the planet Holt, which is where bow and arrow starts. So that's exactly what we want to do.
Nice.
First mission, difficulty 65, tonnage 270. We got to find the mech. Yeah, that's right. This one's all about finding that mech. I think this is fine. 24
really
salvage.
Annoying mission sequence, this one. The mech is so good, but the missions are such a pain in the ass.
I don't really remember, but I only remember the ending of bow and arrow. I just remember, going through that city, and then, the mercs appear or something like that. I don't remember this mission extremely well.
It's just one of those ones you just wish was, who instead of 4.
Can I
not very
squeeze
exciting.
the Panther in one? Maybe I can squeeze the Panther in here. It's
Why
not
not?
it's not a super high difficulty mission. I might be able to do it.
I will bring that Shadowhawk then, I believe. Where is it? Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, and they've all been renamed as well. Where is it? I thought I renamed them all. Okay, I guess it didn't save my names. Okay, this one's the. There we go. It's supposed to save the names.
It's funny as well because the paint jobs are all appearing on my screen like the standard paint scheme. It's not actually bringing up.
Oh, it's not actually
well,
showing them?
No, but it is on your screen, which is really weird. Maybe because they were painted before I joined. I'm not sure.
I don't know why it's like not. Yeah, I'm about to say these are supposed to have custom names and everything. Yeah, there we go. Now they look correct. All right, let's bring in. I don't know. Let's just bring in something with LRMs. Give us some fire support. Yeah, that's fine. It's not that big a deal.
Only difficulty 65. That's a light mech mission.
Delphinius says, yeah, I should have checked it. Normally I do an audio check, but I forgot. And that's what happens when you forget. Oh, I didn't change the weapon groups.
Yeah, I was just looking at mine, but
there we go.
Go in and level
when does part 2 of the Rasalhague begin? I don't actually know. I don't have that one memorized. Delphinius says, I'm sad. My heaviest mechs were Stalker and Battlemaster. I did get the Arena Corsair, but I'm having trouble making it work. Honestly, those are perfectly fine. Like, I don't think you need necessarily. Like, just because a mech is heavier doesn't mean it's better. Like, Stalkers and Battlemasters are perfectly good.
Yeah, they're some of the best.
He says, realized that the torso can't mount a large gun. Made me annoyed, so I stored it. I also had 4+ weapon groups, which I didn't like, for demolition, raid, and defense. Yeah, I don't like a whole lot of weapon groups myself. Sometimes I don't have a choice, but it's not my preference. Moonraven asks, Commander, what do you prefer? Regular SRM, SRM streams, or streak SRMs? So that is one of the weapon systems that I don't have a lot of nuance on. I like SRM burst fire, the standard SRM, and I don't actually have a whole lot of opinion about why they want to kill me so bad. I'm a 35-ton mech. So I don't actually have a whole lot of opinion about the other SRM models because I haven't really experimented with them that much. That's what I mean by, you know, when people say, when are you going to use like mods or something? And I'm like, honestly, we haven't even really explored the existing game that much. There's still many things I don't know about MechWarrior 5, to be totally honest, and that's one of them. Like, I just don't have much of an opinion about the different types of SRMs, and like whether or not, you know, like I would say I generally don't like stream just because I find I'm less accurate with it. And I very rarely use streak SRMs, mainly because they only come in SRM2s. And like the thing is, that uses up the entire hardpoint. Like the SRM2 uses the whole hardpoint, and it just kind of feels a little wasteful. But at the same time, I just haven't used them that much. So, you know, maybe they're actually pretty good. Oh, this guy has a small laser in his torso. So I thought he was going to eject, but he won't. This mech is a little hot, but I think that's because we're on a sulfur biome.
Damn.
So it's a little bit unfair for it. Ostropin says, for some reason, the paint scheme reminds him of ice cream. Yeah, I mean, that's because of the way they're layered on top of each other.
We're making progress,
and probably the colors. You know, the colors kind of like an ice cream color. Is that same one?
I don't know. I don't remember a catapult, but I also wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, I think it's that same catapult. Oh, now he sees me. That's fine, though. Now I can just take cover while the rest of the lads beats him up. If he wants me, I can just keep backing up while everyone else beats him down.
He did. He was not interested in me at all.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so invested in attacking this Panther. Like, this Panther you'd think would be like the lowest priority target, but...
I don't think they like the PPCX. I think they seem to target mechs that are PPCX heavy.
Yeah, it's possible that maybe the PPCX just has like a very high threat rating from the damage it does.
fair enough. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
Enemy destroyed.
That's true. It's probably a good idea to... Oh, we got an assassin in here. That's not a huge threat, though.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
An
So
interesting question about the SRMs. I agree with what you're saying, by the way. I think the standard SRMs are by far the best. And the reason being is because the streams are like so completely unforgiving. Like they actually like lock on to the area that you first like targeted. So if you targeted in the direction of a mech's like center torso and it moves, it still goes to that same place. Whereas the if you like drag the shot with the cluster ones in the same way, it feels almost like they follow your shot in a way. I'm not a big fan of the streams at all.
I mean, that's why I didn't like...
SRMs.
I didn't like SRM stream in the older games either. Like in MechWarrior 4, I wasn't, or not stream. I wasn't a fan. Yeah. Because there was no burst fire. Burst fire is a new idea. Like there was only SRM stream originally, so it always fired in a volley, and it just made it harder to hit with everything. Like that's kind of what it just translated to. Like it's just harder to hit with things.
Well, that's it for the base. But it looks like that archer was never here to begin with. Seems these treasure hunters turned up nothing. Best get back to the dropship. Hopefully, we'll have better look at the
Blast
next
a hole through the
location.
wall, and I'm out of here. I don't want to lose my PPCX, which is just holding on by a thread at the moment.
Okay, that guy's down. He was like really easy to kill.
Yeah, I'm on my way to extraction. I'm almost there. Piss green, piss yellow green, sickly water. Sulfur water, I suppose.
Very healthy. This place would smell so bad.
Welcome back, Commander.
Like mega
My
sulfur
shipboard is
world.
set, and we're ready to jump.
And it's probably like toxic. Like you probably wouldn't be able to breathe all of this in.
We wouldn't be anywhere near enough oxygen.
Yeah.
It would smell terrible too. Sulfur's like horrible.
Oh, I take it you have to work with sulfur?
Sometimes, not too often to be honest.
Oh, we got the awesome. We don't need the awesome, but, you know, I'll take it. We could always sell it off. No, I mean, this mech was definitely a bit outweighted. This was not the ideal place to try it, but, you know, we could try it again. But I had no doubt that this is a perfectly logical design. Like, there's nothing, you know, there's just not a lot you can do with the Panther. You can't really get too fancy with it. But, you know, like, it was perfectly fine to me. But at the same time, like, you know, it was a pretty big mission, like a pretty high difficulty, fighting pretty tough enemies for the Panther.
It's sort of just the speed of it that kind of hampers the use of the PPCX, whereas you have it on the Wolfhound, and it's just like that extra, you know, 20 kilometers an hour makes a big difference for that mech, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for light mechs that are slow. I definitely want to go fast. I want to go at least 97. I mean, I could probably make 80, 81 kilometers work, but I really want 97. 97 is kind of the minimum, is what I'm really looking for. The next one is 70 difficulty. It looks like we're on the moon now.
The moon?
Going for full salvage. Delphinius says... he found that the SRM stream is too hard to use. That's my issue, is that I feel like I miss too frequently with it. And that is the primary reason why I don't prefer to use it. I'm going to use Kagaku's Jaeger mech now.
Nice.
This mech I do predict to have some issues. Let me go ahead and take a look at it so we can see what we're dealing with. So this mech has a pair of SRM-6s, a pair of AC-2 rapid fires, a pair of medium lasers, and then has 2 tons of AC-2 ammo, 2 tons of SRM ammo, 2 heat sinks. It also has very heavy armor, like basically full armor. The issue I predict with this is that it's probably gonna have ammo issues, and then it's probably going to also have heat issues. I think both of those are going to be a problem with this mech. But you know, like we'll see when we actually deploy.
I was thinking about bringing the Victor, but I'm just thinking if you're predicting slight issues with that mech, I might bring the Corsair instead. Just in case I need to turn it on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll send one of them in the Victor, I guess.
Cool. That leaves you with 65. 75, actually.
And I guess I'll put them in the longer ranged Marauder with the large lasers.
Nice. Honestly,
Um,
it's not a bad mech.
Delphinius says, I do like the streaks to fill up the tiny slots on his AI Thunderbolt. Like, it's just hard to find places to use them.
Okay,
We're under
sounds like
attack
getting attacked.
already.
Yep.
Moonraven says
Sounds
the
like
big
it.
difference between regular and stream is that the stream has more shots per minute, about 70% more. Yeah, there could be some like very intricate details about them. Like I would need to like really aggressively use them.
Bowen, along with a number of Merc forces, have been using a series of satellites to broadcast false leads on the whereabouts of his father's mech. We'll have to take
remember
these
this dumb
satellite
mission.
stations
Oh,
out
I need to
in
change
order
my
to
weapon
stop the
groups.
spread of misinformation that could sow chaos for the remaining locations. We have
is
an
the-
inline
where is this thing?
Kate who wishes to oversee the progress of our mission. Setting her up on
Where is
comms
what
now.
thing?
That's her. I swear to goodness, I've been shooting at it for ages.
I hope you don't mind me observing the mission. I didn't realize the lengths my brother would go in keeping this mech from you. When I learned of this massive deception network, well, I just want to help in any way I can.
I appreciate that, Kate. What I don't appreciate is chasing down false leads to collect what's mine.
You can thank my brother, the black sheep of the family, for that. He'd rather the archer fall into the hands
Delphinia
of a
says, I
stranger
really
than
just
honor
want the
his father's
Highlander to
dying
be my
wish.
personal ride, a
Frankly,
jump
you
jet
can do whatever
assault
you want
mech.
with the mech.
He got the Lucky
I just want my
7,
brother to
but
end his
even
obsession
that
and
Charger
come
felt pretty meh. Also, hazing the weak mission 4 is such a pain in the ass. I think that's that Liao mission. I can't remember though. Oshibir says, I personally never use the AC2. It feels too much of a pea shooter. Like I like the AC2 on long-range bombardment builds. When we get to the Mauler, you'll see me use the AC2 quite extensively. Especially the AC2 rapid fire. That thing can put a lot of ammunition downfield. Happy Teddy Bear says, howdy folks, good to be here. Been playing Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2 lately. Apparently everybody hates the Vikings because I've declared war on everyone. Everyone hates us. I mean, I guess that's what they... I mean, I guess they didn't really declare war so much as just went around and, like, took people's shit, but, like... That's life, I guess. What were you saying, Sheriff?
No, I was just going to say about that number 7 Charger. I think we've used it before. I don't think it was, like, super horrible, whatever we did to it. In fact, I can't even remember what build we made.
Yeah, if I remember right, it was just kind of unremarkable.
Yeah. Because you would have used that at the same time I was using that, the Michael Jackson, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's exactly how it went.
Target neutralized.
I wish I could remember things about my job as well. Actually, I can remember things about our past streams.
Target acquired.
Yeah, my mind is full
yeah, drop ship.
of a large quantity of like useless information that was never worth memorizing.
We are about to have a lot of mechs on us. We've got 2 and then a dropship.
Okay,
Target destroyed.
And that Scorpion is...
I'm putting them on that Marauder real fast.
New target Marauder.
That
What is blasting me?
beetle we're after. Take it out.
I'm out of range. I mean, they are really focusing me down.
New target Panther.
I don't know why they're focusing me down so bad, but they are.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, they're on me now.
Okay, that's the end of him.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Can't get a good lock on him. I need to get rid of this guy. I'm tired of this guy.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Ammo
Yeah, they really like me. The moment I begin my bombardment, they're basically like, get him.
new target Thunderbolt.
Enemy mech eliminated. Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
Like, it's literally just like. There.
Target
And we
destroyed.
still have a bunch of additional places to go to as well, which is not good.
No, there's not.
Target acquired.
Let's hope that's the most of their
That's
force
what I was
spend.
hoping. I'm hoping that like this is the majority of them. That was a
And
pretty
not-
big. That was a pretty big attack force.
Yeah, I just remember these missions being about pain.
Damaku, welcome to the show. Yeah, I think that if I remember right, there was just nothing really particularly special about the Lucky 7. It was perfectly fine. It just wasn't like remarkable. That's kind of that's my memory of it. But I mean, we're gonna get. I mean, this is not the Charger playthrough, but eventually we'll get it, and then we can take a look at it.
I don't remember if there was a large energy slot, but something in my mind makes me think something about AC-20s, maybe. I don't remember.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I'm almost out of AC2 ammo.
Yeah, we only started.
Yeah, I'm down to 58 rounds. The problem with AC2 rapid fire is like you need a lot of ammo because it shoots a lot. It shoots 1 round per second, basically.
Targeting info updated.
Target destroyed. Target
What the
acquired.
hell blizzard is that?
Target destroyed.
Go legs, go legs, go legs.
Ammo depleted.
Okay, I am out of ammo for the AC2. They also blew one of its arms off, so I also lost one of my SRMs. But I still have the one of the SRMs and the 2 medium lasers, so I still have some firepower.
There. I'll tell you, I'm taking like quite nicely spread out damage, but a lot of it.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, this is a decent number of enemies for a 70 difficulty mission, but I guess it is a story mission. You know, it is a side story
Target
mission.
destroyed.
Presumably we've killed everything over here, right?
Target
That's not the
acquired.
target.
Target destroyed.
These are not especially high quality
That target off the list.
SR, or really none of the gear on this mech is super high quality, so I kind of don't care if any of it needs to be replaced.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. They're experimental models anyway.
Mech
And all you're
Enjoyer
doing is
says the
kinda-
Charger 3K is surprisingly not too bad, even in its stock configuration. I feel like the Charger 3K was the one that was similar to the Lucky 7. Oh, behind us.
Target eliminated.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Target
Go back.
destroyed. New target.
It is a Hunchback.
Commander, take the
Elite.
target.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of these pilots are elites. Another mech behind it as well. Got all of its weapons.
I literally can't even see him taking so much like shots right now.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Targeted mech heavily damaged.
Okay, we almost have this Panther.
Target destroyed.
Tango down.
That just did a lot of damage there as well. This mission's freaky.
Target acquired.
Yeah, pretty nasty stuff for only a 70-ton mission, or a difficulty 70 mission.
Let's see if we can destroy this last
Destroy.
aerial without going anywhere near it. I may be able to blast it from here.
Target acquired.
Where are you at?
Alright, this one's a radio dish, so I'm just gonna, or a satellite dish, I'm just gonna blast it real fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna blast this dish from like 1,200 meters, see if we don't have to go down there.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
That's another tower down. Why is Bowen going to this much trouble to disobey
Okay, yeah, we can leave.
his father's dying wish?
My brother was just a boy when my father was discharged from the Free
Brother was
World
just a
Guards.
boy.
It wasn't just my father who became a pariah. It was our entire family. Bowen himself was kicked out of the Princefield Military Academy, barred from re-enlisting with the military as a retaliation by the League for our father's actions. Bowen saw his
We need to go
life
the other way,
dissolve
unfortunately,
into
like,
isolation and
really far.
uncertainty, and as a result, turned to a life in the black market.
Okay.
My brother has always blamed my father.
That's
for the
fine.
loss of the life he could have had.
Target acquired.
Tough break, paying for the sins of your father.
That will put an end to Bowen's falsehoods. Sadly, this second location was also a bust. Head back to the dropship, Commander. Kate has just supplied us
Oh,
with
a
the
light
coordinates
mech is
for the
coming
third
in.
location.
It's just the Locust, though. Oh, a medium mech is coming in. It's a blackjack.
Wilco, focusing fire.
New target blackjack.
Alright, once they begin their attack, I'm going in. Another elite mech, too. So many elite pilots. That's really a big part of why this mission is harder than it needs to be.
Like this, oh my goodness, this guy's literally just destroyed all my weapons. That's crazy. I thought I looked at as well.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, I'm moving on.
Wilco, focusing fire.
I'll have our lance mates deal with that while we continue towards the extraction point.
Shit. With executing coordinates, I need to eject. Lots of red lights here. Time to make my escape.
She's so happy about it. Delphini says, I have a few Gauss rifles that are looking for a mech. Gauss rifle is not one of my preferred weapons.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But, you know, occasionally I'll find a mech. Like, I have to use them in twos. I don't like to use a single Gauss rifle. Moonraven says Karita mech models are base. They tend to be. The K models tend to be good because they tend to focus on lasers, which are very good. How hard is the mission chain that gets the Victor Basilisk? I don't remember that one extremely well. And normally when we get to it, we just have a ton of extremely strong mechs already.
Is it the one where you have the choice to like go around the side of the base or like attack it straight on? I have a feeling it might be that one.
I don't remember is the main issue.
I'll know when I get there, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of the side quests memorized because there's just so many of them. Like, it takes too much effort to, like, memorize them all, so I just don't bother. Like, the only ones I have memorized are the really, really, like, the memorable ones. You know, the ones that have, like, a crazy... They're either very difficult or there's just something really wild about them. Or if it's just one that I just do them all the time. Or, like, it has something memorable, like the Wee Wolf Legion. Like, it just has to have something that sticks out in my mind. Okay, we'll take the Warhammer. Actually, no, I want that PPCX more. There's an AC-2 rapid fire. I need one of those to replace the one we lost. And I think the rest is fine. We'll just click down the list. We'll take that, and I'll take one of these. So yeah, like this mech, it went exactly the way I thought it would. I thought this mech would have an issue of running out of ammo, and that is exactly what happened. We got 1.8 million C-bills and a Tier 5 ER large laser and a double heatsink for completing that. That was just shooting some helicopters down. The next mission is Bow and Arrow Part 3, which is right over here. Moving on. Moonraven says the last mission is a difficulty 100, and it's one where you go in guns blazing or sneak around the back. Yeah, so that's the one that you were talking about.
Yeah, just go in guns blazing. It's honestly far easier. Just take some big mechs and blast it down.
Okay, in we go. This one's a 75 difficulty. This one is in a volcanic region.
By my calculation, we have 1 month before we get our warning for the DLC. 1 game month, I think.
Okay, then we are. I think we are just. I think there's just enough time to do this because there's not more than 2 missions. There's never more than 2 missions. There's never more than 4 missions, rather. I'm using the Archer, just because like some of these missions have been actually like fairly difficult. I guess it's the full. It's like the Archer squad. In we go.
I think you have 4 archers and only 2 sets of LRMs.
We're moving
This is
on
the
a
defense
decommissioned
objective.
base that the Archer may be stationed
That'll
on.
make it a little easier. Defenses tend to be
I
easier.
believe my father would have hidden the mech somewhere within the walls of the base when he retired. I doubt my brother will be far behind, though. You'll need to secure that facility, and fast.
It's like, why is she like a country bumpkin?
Looks like we made it here just in time, Commander. We need to keep as much of this facility preserved as possible, Commander, if we are to have any hope of our salvage teams finding Kincaid's mech after all this is over. This is the place, Commander. Fan out and secure the facility so the support forces can move in. I'll assume command of the base.
Target acquired.
There's a
Nothing
loader
on
king.
slopes at the moment, but don't get comfortable.
That's in
Hostiles
a
have been
loader king?
reported in the area.
No, like just standing here.
Oh, I thought you meant on the field, standing
Oh,
against
no.
us.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
The Weekend Rangers? How can Bowen afford to bring that lot into this?
I doubt he would be able to afford to contract out the entirety of the Rangers. Most likely, Bowen contracted out the Rangers Reserve Battalion on a short-term basis until he finds his father's Archer.
Couldn't he just buy a new mech of his own with all this cash? But why lease out a merc outfit just to hunt down a single mech?
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Despite my father, as long as that mech is out there, some part of our father and our family's noble lineage lives on. But he has no intention of using the mech himself or honoring our family. He just wants it for himself, so he can destroy the last vestige of our heritage. That's why we must stop him.
Additional tangos.
Seems like a good use of money.
Commander.
Like just pure spite.
Target acquired.
That's what happens when you have more money than you need, though. Like, a lot of people, they just get really silly. Like, they're just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna spend my money on some bullshit. How about that? What I need to do is hire Evil Larry to assassinate him. Evil
No,
Larry
not
would do
Larry.
it for free.
Target Panther.
He would.
Why would Evil Larry do it for free? It's because he's evil.
He said Larry.
I would love to shoot some of these guys, but I cannot get a lock on them without blowing up the base in the process. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, look at that. It's Kagaku Ryu's mech being used against us. It's a Panther with a PPCX.
They must have loved the build.
Yeah, they're copying the build.
destroyed. Target acquired.
I thought he said screw you, I'm taking heavy damage.
Target destroyed.
This is why my mechs have a ton of ammo, though. Like, this mech has 4 tons of LRM ammo, and it can still run. I can shoot through 4 tons of LRM ammo. Do not underestimate me.
Target locust.
Who's this Locust just like chilling up here?
Yeah, I think he has lost his mind. Evil Larry assassinated the pilot, and the mech is still there.
He better not have commandeered it though. This mech better not start moving.
Well, I got a lock on him, so I'm going to commence bombardment.
I think you're hitting this rock.
Oh, I'm hitting the... I was wondering why I wasn't doing much damage.
Okay, he's dead.
Heading along a trajectory that
It's funny, we have
intercepts your
smarter
position.
missiles today than they have in Battletech. Like, we have missiles that it can navigate around terrain because a radar feeds it the shape of the land and it knows to, like, avoid things. So it's like, we have smarter missiles today than LRMs are in, like, the year, like, 3000.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Yeah, if I remember right, this is mainly just a swarm of smaller mechs, because, like, I guess they're hiring, like, the scouts of,
Target received.
the Waco Rangers. I'm working on that hunchback. He's got an AC-20.
That room is annoying.
Fortunately, I've got enough heat sinks that even in this volcanic heat, I'm capable of maintaining a pretty good barrage.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Target acquired.
Why do you want me so bad? It feels like if Evil Larry was a mech, he'd be a locust, an elite piloted locust.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Another locust? Okay, we got that one pretty quickly. That one well.
Target acquired.
So we've only killed half of our quota of enemies. Like, this is a swarm of enemies. Condition-wise, we're doing pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander. Damage to the facilities is minor at the moment, Commander. But we cannot allow such damage to cascade. Do what you
Oh,
can
it'll
to
be
draw the
fine.
enemies
She's
away
always,
from
like,
here.
worried about something.
Target acquired.
Time to lock on.
Target destroyed.
Time to lock on. About to say, you better die. That was a lot of
Target
missiles.
acquired.
Oh no, it's an elite locust. Oh god, you blasted him.
Pulling him.
You cut that short. I was worried that he was gonna, like, mess around for a while.
As soon as I seen him come up, I just locked in. I was like, "You're not giving us the run around again."
It's always the locust that does it too. Like, it's got this, like, really, like, determined music when we're just fighting a bunch of, like, scouts.
They really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out.
Dropship on me.
I see him.
Copy that.
Alright, I'm gonna move our mechs forward.
That's big
Target
stuff.
acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, you're right about that. I have him on the awesome,
Target received.
and I'm commencing bombardment on the awesome. Right, they're not on me for a change, so I can actually come to a complete halt, which lets me keep a little more. Oh, I guess his counter bombardment has begun on me. I'm just gonna sit here. I can take the damage.
He can't.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I have a lock on the Thunderbolt.
We have your target, Commander.
Okay, I guess I have a lock on the building. Not a single missile hit him. Damn, you got a headshot on him.
Well played
And again.
shot. A quick and painless headshot.
All right, I'm bombarding this blackjack. I really like LRM stream. I mean, I'm not opposed to LRM burst, but I just like the way they look. I like watching I like watching them all like rain down. And you know, I don't know. I think they're more accurate. That might be total cap. They might not be more accurate, but I think to me they seem more accurate.
I feel like they are as well. Another dropship, presumably more big stuff.
Let's go.
And then
Gonna be two
another
mechs.
locust along the way as well.
Coming in right on top of you.
On location, Commander.
Actually, what is that?
Target destroyed. Target
I am
acquired.
targeting that charger.
Coordinate fire on the commander's
backs up in.
target.
It has an AC-20. Watch out. I'm targeting that Shadowhawk. This mission's going way better. Wow, something obliterated its leg. Oh, down it goes.
Target
Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
Okay, the last enemy after this is just an SRM carrier.
target acquired.
Nice. Well done.
Yep, I found them. That's the end of that one. Okay, there we go. There's a much nicer mission executed there.
I think we're in the clear for the time being, but I doubt.
Let's say the Archer has been doing really good work for us in this playthrough.
Salvage crew to search the compound now, Commander. Sit tight.
This Archer 2S build, the SRM one, I think it's very, very, very good.
Delphinius says that the flea scares him, and Locust makes me wonder why they are even a thing. They are a reconnaissance mech. They are designed to be a very low-cost reconnaissance mech, which is extremely important. Like, the Locust is actually a really important mech, because reconnaissance is important, and the Locust is just one of the cheapest ways to obtain reconnaissance mechs. And if you run an entire space empire, you need a ton of reconnaissance mechs. Delphinius says, my Stalker 3F is named Rainbringer, and his 3FB is named Stormcaller. Ostribus says, what is your favorite medium mech? What is my favorite medium mech? Can't, you better not be throwing up on my carpet, or I will destroy you. Charger? I'll take the Charger. Oh, I can spend one more salvage. Okay, this should be the final part of the story. Throw you in
The
there.
Vulcan? The Vulcan maybe for your medium mech?
Is the Vulcan my favorite? Yep, you're throwing up all over my carpet. Of course you are, Kent. I am going to destroy you after this.
There you at least.
Okay. I mean, I'd have to look at the list. Like, what is my favorite medium mech? I do like the Vulcan. You know what? I should, at the minimum, like I don't have time to like use the wet vacuum on it. But what I do need to do is at least grab his like the crap he threw up with like a paper towel. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up real fast.
Yep, smells barfed. I'd probably just say the Shadowhawk's my favourite. I quite like the big gun on the shoulder, even though it's not the best. I'm just going for pure good feels on this one. And the hero. Shadowhawk is really nice as well. What about you, Ostripman? What's your favourite medium mech? Yeah, I feel like the Griffin is like really giving a lease of life with the PPCX been brought into the game. Like a lot of these media mechs that were kind of like not very good before are good now.
This shit is super gooey and super nasty. Like I'm gonna bring I'm gonna need like another minute or two. I'm just gonna use the wet vacuum. Fortunately, I have it right here, so we're just going to quickly use the wet vacuum to vacuum up this bullshit. Like how dare you, cat? I'm going to like demote you to Meow Mix off of the good food. Normally you get to eat good food. Now you're going to eat Meow.
Now we're gonna get some cleaning ASMR. My mum used to have 3 cats whenever we lived at home,
Okay,
and then there was awful creatures to
good enough. Now to put the
grace
wet
the earth.
vac over here, I'll put it away after the stream. But now you know why Evil Larry is a cat. People wonder. Oh, excuse me.
I've made you
Why
think.
is Evil Larry a cat? And the answer is because Evil Larry is a cat. Okay, we're back in the business. Okay, so this is the final mission. Do we need to wait for anything to be finished repairing?
Maybe. Maybe we wait for those archers. The 9
Okay.
days.
We'll wait. It's all good.
Or close to the king crab too.
Okay, so this was a message about... Okay, we're good. We're good. So we got the message about... we got the message about the warning about Rise of Rasalhague, so we're in the clear.
Okay.
We could probably even wait for the King Crab car if you wanted to use it.
Go for it. Why not? Let's see
Okay.
how bad it is.
Here we go. All salvage again. 33 salvage.
It's funny we have a job to kill an awesome 8V and they've found 2 or 3 awesome there and they're all 8Qs.
Yeah, I mean, that is like, you know, the traditional awesome. So it's kind of like... Okay, I'm going to use... I don't know if this is a bad idea, but I'm going to use the last of the... wait, how the fuck did this... This isn't the right color scheme.
That's how mine's showing up. All 3 of them.
That's very strange. Fortunately, I did save his color scheme, so all I got to... Where the hell is his mech at? Oh, here it is. I did save his color scheme, so I can easily just apply it like this. There we go.
Oh, now I can see it.
Okay, so we're gonna use. I guess I didn't show you the mechs either. So this you saw. This mech definitely needs a redesign. So you know, one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm letting the sheriff use them as well. You know, it's not just gonna be. You know, we're both gonna use them each once. But this is Kagaku Ryu's Shadowhawk 2D. Which has an SRM-6, 2 SRM-4s, 2 medium lasers, and then, you know, ammo and heat sinks. So, you know, this mech I think will be perfectly fine. I don't think it's not super fancy, but, you know, it doesn't need to be. Like, I have, yeah, I think it'll do just fine. Let me go ahead and get some fire support mechs in here, I think. Might even let them use my precious Archer 2RB since we're going to be getting the what do you call it? The Agent Court.
Like, once we get the Agent Court, all we'll need is the Tempest, and I think the melee one as well. I don't think... We're doing really well on Archers for some reason.
Yeah, ever since we got the 2RB, that's
Tempest.
been boding well. It's like...
What's the other one called?
I think it is the Tempest, because that's Morgan Kells.
Northwest is our objective. Somewhere in that city is Kincaid's mech. We will have to secure and search the area if we are to claim it. But the Waycall Rangers have already dug into a position in a forward operating base to the south of our objective, and could move to intercept if they see us moving on the city. A preemptive strike against their base may significantly thin their numbers, but it might also allow Bowen to lay claim to his father's mech before we reach him. I'll leave it up to you to determine the best course of action.
We want to, like, go this way, right? You know, this is the way, the most violent way.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go the violent path, because I just like destroying things, because I'm a violent person. Like, I didn't join the mercenary life to sell, like, tea and cookies.
The Waco Rangers won't bother us, let's be honest.
Somebody's getting blown up.
They know better than that.
I mean, they could ally with us, and we could fight the, like, Wolf Dragoons. Yeah, the left way is the easy way, because you're supposed to ambush the enemy base or some bullshit like that. I've never actually tried it that way before.
We think the Archer is somewhere in this city, but before we can go looking for it, we'll need to secure.
I'm gonna tell them to park on this hill.
They'll want to try dispatching forces from the south to intercept us. I'm reading a number of Ranger forces moving on the city. We must be getting close, Commander.
These helicopter runners.
Alright, I'm in the area. I don't see any enemies though. I'm just gonna quietly capture this area. If they're gonna let me capture it, I'll do it. Delphinius says, I always go to the right because that grants light support. I always go right because they make it seem like this is the way to be greedy, and that's what I want to be. They just drop the lance off. I'm going to get into cover. None of them are paying attention to me, so I guess I don't care.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target, Warhammer.
So there's a Warhammer and a Thunderbolt. Those are the relevant mechs.
New target, Spider.
Now it's we're up to 6 mechs now. Oh, he got wasted.
Target acquired.
You know what? Maybe I should take these helicopters out real fast.
Target destroyed.
Alright, I'm gonna hit this Warhammer.
Commander, we got nothing.
Caught them in a ambush.
The Rangers have already discovered the Meg and have moved it to their forward operating base to the south. We need to move against that facility. I'm receiving a message from the local militia commander.
Mercenary, we're looking to exert a small measure of payback on these rangers for what they just did to the city. I'm dispatching a small contingent of militia vehicles to assist you in evicting these arrogant pricks from our world.
I mean, one of them was a
We will now have to
one of them was a
against the
demolisher. That wasn't
facility
bad.
south.
Okay, I'm throttling up. So I guess we have to destroy the base one way or the other, and you don't even get the archer this way either way. So it probably doesn't matter what the way you go.
If we went to the south, the archer would have been in the other base, let's be honest.
Yeah, they're just like yanking you around.
Mercenary and militia forces just crossed the outer perimeter.
Target destroyed.
Why are everybody country bumpkins here? Like Kincaid's a country bumpkin, the garrison commander's a country bumpkin.
New target charged.
Oh, who invited this guy? Not me. Tell you what he invited was death. I feel like I'm just gonna punch a hole into this and take a look inside.
It's only assault.
It is. It's a Charger with an AC-20. There's also a an Orion in here.
I'm gonna start them there end. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna move back.
Let's target and
I don't know why they want me so bad.
New target Orion. Target acquired.
Okay.
Right down.
Destroyed.
It actually opened my armor for some reason. Something I'm not really sure.
I don't know why they want me again. I'm minding my own business, and here they are. There we go. Good hit on his rear armor. Got him.
Target destroyed.
That must be one of the tanks we're contracted for.
I bet there's viewers who are basically like, Funks, why do you just wander around aimlessly around enemies? Like, why do you ignore enemies so frequently? Like, why do you just, like, wander around? Like, why aren't you just, like, constantly shooting back? And the answer to that is because this kind of mech is most effective when you fire specifically at a piece of the mech that is really valuable. And if I just kind of shoot at them randomly, it doesn't really help all that much. So I'm actually just looking for the perfect shots or the ideal shots rather than just firing in general. Especially when I've got a lot of armor. Like, I've got a lot of armor right now, so I kind of don't care if I get roughed up a little bit.
Target destroyed.
There's reinforcements coming. There we go. Yep.
Here they are. And that's why I was able to, when I did fire, like on that Warhammer and then on that Charger, I was able to destroy it very rapidly.
New target Vulcan.
There's a cataphract in there. I'm gonna put the lance on this Shadowhawk.
focusing fire.
Oh, my body wasn't properly aligned, so we missed him slightly. But that's fine, I'll just come around again.
Target acquired.
You go for his cockpit.
Great kill. Reactor's about to pop. Well placed shot. A quick and painless headshot.
If this guy's beat up enough, I'm just gonna shoot at him.
Target destroyed.
The mech doesn't appear to be.
Imagine getting a contract and just losing so many mechs. Like, how many mechs do you need to lose before you decide that, yeah, this contract's not worth it?
Move and investigate as quickly as you can.
That's the can't get off system for some reason.
I mean, when we lose even half of a mech, it's like, wow, that wasn't good. We sure lost a bit there. Imagine, like, losing, like, companies of battle mechs. Some of them you don't even get to repair because the other mercenary, like, lays claim to them.
Nav point received.
Imagine if you, like, lost a mission, you just lost mechs. That'd be really funny.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what's happening from their perspective.
At the requested location.
probably
all
like,
points and damage insurance. All of the damage insurance combined would never cover for just total, like, just entire companies of mech losses. Like, there's no way it would cover it, because they basically would be paying for an entire mech.
New target.
There's a Jaeger mech in here. He's not invited. Oh, there's a whole bunch of guys in here.
Target destroyed. New target. Locust.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this Wolverine, I think.
Target
Oh, never
acquired.
mind. You guys are focusing on him.
Targets, Commander.
Target
Okay, I know there's a Shadowhawk in here.
target. Shadowhawk. Target destroyed.
well, I'm amazed I didn't lose that. They opened up a portion of my armor really early on. I've done my best to try and keep it attached, but I feel like we're gonna lose it 'cause I think there's another one last wave.
Okay, well, this is the Archer right here.
There she is.
Yeah, there it is.
Golden
Last
Cord.
wave.
My father would be proud to see it in your hands, Commander.
I mean,
hate
I can
Rasalhague.
eat some
Taking me
damage,
this far.
so I can lead the attack
Don't
on some of these
celebrate yet.
guys.
We have incoming dropships.
You do me a solid, friendly old man Smack Mercer.
All right, I'm gonna distract them and then go around.
Let me take my birthright.
Bowen, please stop this madness now. He's dead. Let our father rest.
So what I'm doing right now is basically making it so that even though it's 4 of them on me, I'm using this building. Like, they want to kill me, but they can't shoot through the building, basically. And that's how I'm trying to force them to fight me one-on-one.
Sorry, but if
See, like, they want to get me. You can see that they want me.
go through him.
They're on me.
Commander, let's end this. Hostile transport ship coming in.
So that, you can see that was a very rapid kill on a 75-ton mech. Once again, just like, you know, it's more about applying damage to the right spot rather than just attacking at random.
Are we clear? Nice.
It's finished. Bowen has been
Did we
taken
save the
out.
weapons on the
Waco
car?
Rangers are
Yep,
withdrawing
yep.
from
Okay,
the
yeah,
field.
we even got to save the weapons on the car.
I am sorry, but your brother's mech
They opened that up
appears to
really
be
early.
unresponsive.
Not sure what happened. Just
I'm sorry to
focus
see
and
it
fire.
end this way, but I hope that now both my father and my brother can finally rest in peace.
I'm sure the honor of Kincaid's memory
Right,
will be
leveling
forever
the city.
entombed in the core of the Archer Commander. Coming in for extraction.
Red Eric, welcome to the show. He says, even worse and modded since you can throw an XL engine on everything. Well, you know, in this case, the Waco Rangers wouldn't have to worry about that. They definitely would not have a whole bunch of mechs with XL engines. Here's a cicada. We need that for a quest. And I guess I'll take this I'll take that Warhammer, I guess. Jize45 says, hello, Fox. Welcome to the show. Wow, you did 2,886 damage. That's a lot.
Probably not a bad mech.
Yeah, one
Listen to
might
that.
say it's probably not that bad. So yeah, that Shadowhawk, the Shadowhawk 2D, Kagaku's Shadowhawk, I think that was a perfectly fine mech. Not very fancy, but you know, there's no requirement for it to be fancy. You know, that's not a
If I make one complaint, is that on a hotter mission in the sulfur biome or in the desert or on the lava, it is a little bit spicy, and it might be interesting to see if we could cut that down to small lasers and just get one more heat sink on, see if it did anything. I was thinking them really hot missions that like just a little bit too hot, but that's being really picky. But I think it's a very good mech.
That's another reason why I was going out of my way to not just fire a bunch of missiles. You know, I don't want to fire the missiles on their forward armor unless I have to, just because, you know, it is a mech that gets a little bit hot. So you want to apply your firepower to, like, their weak point. Basically, use more like a knife. You want to, like, stab your knife into their weak points rather than try to hack them apart with a battle axe. So this is the Agent Court. This is what we really wanted. This is one of the best mechs in the game. You know, people ask, well, what's my favorite medium mech? Forget about that. Like, what's my favorite heavy mech? It's probably either the Agent Court or the Sidewinder. I like both of those mechs quite a bit. This mech basically has it all. And it's probably going to get redesigned into... Go ahead and just remove everything from it. First thing we're going to do is max out its armor. And I believe I'm just going to repurpose it into kind of like the general everyday mech, because that's kind of the role it needs to play at the moment. And that means we're going to do... Let me see. LRM 10 streams. Oh, we don't have very many. So LRM 5 streams. There we go. So that's a combined LRM 15. Just the way it's going to have to work. It's ugly, I know, but you know what? It's just going to have to be ugly because there's just no way around it. Now I'm going to do SRM 6s. Go ahead and put the nicer quality ones in. I don't have a problem with that. Put the ammo in next. We're going to need 4 tons of LRM ammo. Let me go ahead and put in the downgraded probe, because we're not allowed to use Beagle active probe yet, so we're going to use electronic warfare active probe. Let me go ahead and put on some heat sinks, and then we can see what's left. I probably want about 10 heat sinks or so. Oh, we can't do 10? Okay, so that means I'm definitely going to do small lasers. I was wondering if we were going to do small or burst, but we're going to go with smalls. That is not enough. So what we're going to do is we're not going to use the active probe, and we are just going to put on more heat sinks. That's because that's not enough heat sinks. I need more heat sinks than that. So this is now 2, 4, 6, 7 heat sinks. I kind of want more than 7, but we'll start with 7. So that's what we're gonna do. Like, I might need even more heat sinks than that, but you know, we'll see how it looks later on. All right, so that's gonna turn our Agent Court into kind of a general purpose brawler, which is exactly kind of what I need at the moment. Yeah, I could do SRM spam, but the thing is, I can do SRM spam on other mechs. I don't need the Agent Court to do SRM spam because we have the 2RB. I could do SRM. Well, no, we have the 2W. The 2W can do SRM spam. Would the Agent Court do it even better? Sure. But I don't need the Agent Court to do it even better. What I really need is like a general purpose battle mech that just kind of like does a little bit of everything. And that's exactly what we are going to be getting out of it. Let me see. We need to get some more Cantina missions? Moonraven says, I used 2 LRM 10s, 2 LRM 5s in the torso, 4 medium lasers, and 2 SRM 6s. Yeah, we could have done that, but then we just would have, like, you know, we just wouldn't have enough heat sinks, and I wouldn't be able to maintain that, the barrage that I'm looking for. Joseph Martin says, first time catching you live, watched all the previous streams, everything till now. Well, welcome to the show, good sir. Yeah, I try to stream at about the same time each day. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity to get War Dog up, because we're actually a little weak on War Dog. So let me get rid of some of these. Collect 2 cicadas. Oh, we need 1 more cicada. That's right. Yeah, let me load up on some of these. There we go. So now we have a bunch of vehicle killing missions. Like, that's going to be great for knocking some of this stuff out. Now we did our main objective. We wanted to get. I keep zooming in and out. Like, what the hell am I doing? Let me see if there's some mercs we can knock out. We want to make sure we're staying on top of the mercs. Bounty hunter database. We have not taken out the Kellhounds. We're going in for the Kellhounds. I hate the Kellhounds too. So like I mean, I'm not gonna tell people that I would kill the Kellhounds for free, but I'd probably kill the Kellhounds for free.
Why do you hate the Kellhounds so much?
Because they're like they have a near exclusivity contract with the Federated Sons, and anyone who is a friend of the Federated Sons has to die.
That's valid.
In fact, in MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, when FedCom separated, the Kellhounds went into an exclusivity agreement with the Federated Sons half of FedCom, while the Grey Death Legion went into an exclusive contract agreement with Steiner.
That sounds about right.
8 million C-bills here. It is against Merrick. You know, Merrick is not the Combine, though, so, you know, they're just going to have to take one for the team. You know, I will like, work for Merrick later on, and we will restore it. But, you know, for now, they're going to need to take one for the team. Also, you're probably going to need to jump back up in that King Crab car, because this is an 89 difficulty mission on an assassination, and the Kellhounds are here, so...
Okay.
Wait, let me see if, okay, good. The Agent Court's ready.
I'm also not the biggest fan of the Free Worlds League. I've no reason not to be. I just don't like the way they get on. I don't like
They're
politics
just
even.
They're
so
just
wishy-washy.
They're just there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Free Worlds League politics is basically, it's the Spider-Man meme of the Spider-Men pointing at each other. Like,
Yeah, they are.
that's like, let me see, the Spider-Man pointing meme. This is the Free Worlds League in a nutshell. Like, this is the Free Worlds League. They're even better. This is the Free Worlds League, and each Spider-Man is a different province in the Free Worlds League, and there you go. That's the Free Worlds League in a nutshell. It's all you need to know about them. Moonraven says, the Wolf Dragoons in a low-level area for easy money. That's interesting. Yeah, it's unusual. Normally, they're in the high-level areas. Ostropit says he wishes the armor flaps on the catapult and also the... Yeah, they just don't even feature them. Oh, great lines of fire. Let's see if we get ambushed. I don't think we will. Why am I in this mech? I didn't want to be in this mech. I didn't even...
Do you want to back out?
Yes, I absolutely do want to back out. I did not want to be in the... I literally just launched the mission without customizing the stuff we dropped in. I'm just mashing... Oh, so there we have... That Vulcan is the hero mech, the Bloodlust.
I got the Yadge actually on my screen there.
Oh, it was different for you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to use the Agent Court. And I'm just going to bring them in, I don't know, just, not even, the big stuff isn't even necessarily the good stuff, but I'll bring them in, you know, what they're in might be good enough, actually.
It probably is the best thing, to be honest.
It's just some stuff in close combat will be fine. Okay, here we go.
It's going to be interesting to see if that mission looks exactly the same as it did before.
Apparently, if you go very deep into the BattleTech timeline, like well after FASA went out of business, my knowledge of BattleTech really ends with the fall of FASA. So basically, like, the Word of Blake Jihad is kind of the extent of my knowledge. But apparently, Draconis Combined conquer the Federated Sons capital, like way in the future.
Okay, I have an idea.
Oh, I didn't do my weapon groups. Let me do that real fast.
So,
Oh, they're attacking immediately. Okay, I'm ready.
Closing in on your position.
I'll tell you my idea after. Wherever they go, I'm gonna run back a little bit because I got a long range. Okay, they're behind me, of course. And they're shooting me. That's kind of
Okay, I'm ordering our guys into close combat, and I'm gonna back up as well. Let's see if our guys get like totally shredded.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, I'm targeting that thing you shot at initially.
All right, Commander. I'm in place for an emergency evac. Complete the mission if you can. If not,
I'm targeting the nearest thing that you're shooting at again. They really want to beat up our... That archer is going to get obliterated. Oh, well. He'll just have to get obliterated. Oh, he did get obliterated.
Target ID received. Moving in.
Target destroyed.
On it, Commander.
Well, you know, somebody had to bite the bullet on that one, and so that was him. Oh, God, I shut down. I probably should have stopped shooting.
Target destroyed.
Okay. So,
good job, Commander. Those mercs will think twice before trying
if we
that
shoot
again. Looks like you
into
don't
these
need
bases
evac
from this
anymore.
distance, it should wake up the mechs.
That's a good idea. Unless they haven't spawned yet. Only if they've spawned.
So, we can just try them one at a time. And
Yeah,
if
you
doesn't work,
give it a
doesn't
try.
work. Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
try this one.
Theoretically, it should work if as long as they've spawned. All right, let's see if anyone comes out. If not, I'll lure them out. I don't have a problem going in and luring them out.
Not that one. Do you want to try the other two?
Designated location. Holding a designated grid location.
I didn't even see the other two. They're both the
Yeah, they looks like they're over like a mountain range or something.
Repo on your 6.
It's such a nice distance, especially with this mech. Oh man.
This one's over a hill. I tell them to wait here. I mean, like, I can get closer and just see if they want to come out. Like, I'm not, like, ridiculously slow. Dara, welcome to the show. But that's part of the reason I like the Agent Corps.
Showing nothing on scopes that can be identified as our targets. We'll have to move on to the next nav point.
I mean, like, all of the enemies are, like, equally distant apart, so it's just going to be the last place we check. It's just the way these assassinations always work.
You want to go down there and trigger that one as well?
Yeah, I'm going to get a little closer.
I'll stay on this hill and provide cover fire.
The problem is, I don't think the enemies have spawned in yet. Like, yeah, they literally just spawned in.
You must be destroyed.
They literally just spawned in. He didn't just spawn either. He spawned in shooting.
Incoming missile. Target.
Our employer wants this area cleared of all tanks.
There he is behind. Yes, come closer. Brilliant idea.
The great provinces are being torn apart.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna get closer and I will reveal more of them.
Looks like we got some bad intel.
Ah.
Our target is
Like I
right
said,
here.
they're all
We'll
equally
get to
distant from one
local
another,
locations.
so the assassination target will naturally be at the last place we possibly choose. Like,
the
I
people that
think
haven't already
assassination missions are bullshit. Like, they know. They're like, oh my, well, it could be at possibly different locations. Like, where could the assassination target be? It's always the last place. Like, very seldomly is it not the
wait,
last
there's
place.
something running across the field. I don't know if I woke them up or not. I think it's just a cicada. It just ran out of that base. Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't have a radar lock, so I can't do anything. It's a Jenner, wow.
Jenner.
Running in a straight line is probably not a good idea. It's the assassination target.
That did trigger them. Yeah, there's loads coming. There's a longbow and a catapult as well.
Target destroyed.
2 longbows and a catapult. Or a stalker, maybe, not sure.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Is that an Atlas in the back? That looks like an Atlas.
An Atlas and a stalker, I think.
That's unfortunate
Maybe
for
a
them.
longbow.
The Atlas is like a walking tombstone. Oh no. That's such a trash mech. Behind us, behind us, behind us.
That enemy
And then we have a
is
stalker and a longbow the other way.
Stop
Well,
them
time to
before
send my
they reach the
sacrificial
dropship.
guy up in there.
Target
Maybe the
Alpha
reinforcements
has
won't be
been
that big a deal.
neutralized.
It's...
Target.
Copy target.
Switching targets to the Charger.
They can do a bit of damage if you don't get rid of them properly.
That is true.
Destroyed.
Where'd the rest of the
I'm
mechs
trying
go? There's another mech wandering in for some reason.
Priority target.
Hey, we can handle this thing. The second mech as well. It's a grasshopper is joining them.
Target destroyed.
Tango aside.
Incoming missile. Heat critical.
Commander.
Okay.
It looks like that mech had some valuables on it. Go over and pick it up. Let's see if there's anything
Okay.
we can use.
I'm gonna go grab the cargo. Wait, I'll help you fight the rest of these guys. Where'd that Atlas go? There should be a second one.
I'm not sure if it's taking an Atlas or a longbow or what that was. It might have been an Atlas. I'm not sure. There's definitely a stalker or something as well. There he is. There's a longbow.
I got a lock on him. Oh, I lied.
Target
There he. Oh, it's a stalker. You're right. I don't know what they're doing, besides constantly blipping in and out of my radar. All right, the stalker looks like a pretty clean lock, so I'm gonna start bombarding the stalker. That's a lot of missiles. They're giving us a little bit of our own medicine here. Like the stalker, of course, is taking more effort to kill than the Atlas, even though it's 15 tons lighter.
Target
What is this
destroyed.
vehicle doing here?
Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
Taking heavy damage.
Destroyed.
That thing dropped something as well.
Yeah, I see the light beam. I'm targeting the longbow.
I'm getting zero reactor
Okay.
signature
All right, I'm
from
gonna go
targets.
grab the cargo from
Looks like
that.
we got them all. Now let's get you all home. Head to the
Grab
evac
this one.
point.
From the grasshopper.
Got it.
Ah, you found it.
It's
Nice.
funny how like all of those mechs took more effort to kill than the Atlas.
If you
The
find
Atlas was the
position,
easiest one to
just walk
destroy.
up to it in order to pick it up. That's close enough. Ready to start
The
pickup
massive, like,
operation.
walking target.
That's too dangerous to leave unattended. Better bring it aboard the ship.
Sometimes I wonder if we should just deploy on our own and not bring our allies, because like sometimes your allies are just there to like die.
You should just bring them in mechs with like literally no guns on them, just let them like be bait.
Just rush in there, be like, distract them. Adam Oakler says, hello, Fox. Hope you're doing okay. We are doing pretty good. We got all of the quests done that we wanted to. Now we're just waiting for the next DLC to activate. Delphinius says, I have decided to never do a team arena mission. Such bullshit when the bots can fire at you while you are still in the cutscene and half of them stand around until you shoot at them. Yeah, they have some like really dumb stuff that goes on. So we got 8 million C-bills for that. Take the blackjack. And that definitely offsets the price of the archer. Like, losing the archer was like, something was going to go down. It's just like, they dropped like a ton of mechs on you. Someone's going to die. But it doesn't matter because the amount of money we earned exceeds the amount of money we spent. So it was actually a pretty good deal overall. Maybe we can find them a second time. That would be good.
Pretty sure, like, it wasn't even a very good quality PVX either.
Yeah, that thing had a bunch of junk on it. It wasn't even a particularly... It wasn't even equipped very well. I mean, I could just go over here. New Hope. That's the nickname of a character in Nikkei. Joseph Martin says, so question, to know what are the best weapons to use on a mech, is it just trial and error? I mean, that would be just the learning process. I mean, you don't it doesn't have to be trial and error. It would be trial and error if you learned it yourself, because it literally couldn't be trial and error any other way. If you were to self-educate if you wanted to educate yourself on what the best weapons were by yourself with no external knowledge, like no one to mentor you, no research, then yes, it couldn't be. It could not be anything except trial and error, because how else, when you learn something yourself, how else do you learn except through trial and error? It is the only way to self-learn. Now, if it doesn't have to be trial and error, if you either A, look up other people and follow their recommendations on what the best weapons are, or B, you get like mentored by one of your friends who's more experienced with the game, or C, you tap into community resources, then you could remove some of the trial and error. Now, there could be a reification of the, they could reify the knowledge. That would be some trial and error. You prove the mechs to yourself. That would be trial and error. There's also the issue of, like, you could also vet the people that are giving you information. Like, just because somebody makes a video that says, like, what was that stupid article that was, like, the best mechs in MechWarrior? Let me see. What was that done? Who was it? Game? Who? What?
Might have been PC Gamer, maybe
PC
or
Gamer,
IGN.
Top mechs in MechWarrior 5. Let me see.
Like
there was like some dumb. There was some like. Let's see a gamer. Okay, let's look at Gamer Rant. Gamer, what are their top mechs in MechWarrior 5? Let's see. The Rifleman. Let's also read why, because I agree the Rifleman's pretty good. It's anti-airbag, moderate speed. Each variant handles anti-aircraft. That doesn't tell you why. So they're not even telling you why. So why would you believe this? They're right. They're right. The Rifleman is good, but they're not even giving you. They don't explain why the Rifleman is good. The catapult, I don't know. Some of the catapults could be good. I don't know if I agree with that, though. The catapult is essential for firing long range, knows for its unique torso shaped like an egg. Is that why it's known? Like, I've never known. I don't know anyone who says they know the catapult because it's shaped like an egg. Most of them come with active radar probes. They do. Most of its variants come with active probes. In my opinion, most means at least 50%. That is not true. Most of them do come with jump jets and LAMs. What are LAMs? Laser anti-missile systems? Oh, is this for This is for MechWarrior on? No, this is for MechWarrior Mercenaries. This is not true. Most of them do not come with LAMs, laser anti-missile systems. So how would you trust anything these people are saying? Even if the catapult was one of the best heavy mechs, why would you trust it coming from him? The Thunderbolt, this is a good mech, but why? The Thunderbolt, medium lasers, it's loaded for warfare, for defense. The mech has 13 tons of armor. You can change the armor. Like, any of these mechs could have 13 tons of armor, except for the 60-ton mechs. So that's not a benefit. This is not a benefit because you can change the armor. The engine, blah, 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 it's fast. It doesn't tell you why. It doesn't tell you why it's good. So it's useless. The Warhammer, when was this published? Feb 2023. I don't think Solaris existed in Feb 2, 2023. So that means this is wrong. Like, the Warhammer was garbage before the PPCX. Once again, it doesn't tell you why it's good. They're just, like, listing things. It doesn't tell. The Black Knight, I agree. The Black Knight is good. It's good because it has 13 tons of armor. You can modify that. Like, 13 tons might not even be good for a 17-ton mech. So, like, that's irrelevant. This is what I mean, though. Like, you know, you might need to vet your sources. Like, now, you might not be able to vet the source because if you don't know anything about the game, you might think this is brilliant. You might be like, wow, 13 tons of armor? It handles so much damage. The only drawbacks are the heat sinks. Like, if you didn't know anything about the game, you might think that's a perfectly valid perspective. The Cataphract, I think it's pretty good, but why? It says because it has 16 heat sinks, that's why it's good. It's good because of the heat sinks. I don't think it's good because of the heat sinks. You could put heat sinks on any mech. 11 tons of armor, that's not enough armor. That's not enough armor. That's not a reason why it's good. So none of the reasons they say it's good matter. The Grasshopper, this mech was garbage before PPCX. So it's like, you know, this is a good Grasshopper. This is the Michael Jackson, the MJ, the Mjolnir. The Marauder, this mech is garbage without PPCX. The Quick Draw, it can be good. Wait. The rear firepower capability results in a surprise for anyone sneaking up behind the mech. So you're telling me in MechWarrior 5, the Quick Draw has the ability to shoot behind itself? In the lore, that's true in the lore. In the lore, the Quick Draw can reverse its arms and shoot behind itself. You cannot do that in MechWarrior 5. I believe the Quick Draw also has rear-firing lasers. Rear-firing lasers do not exist in MechWarrior 5. So, like, this is like either an AI article or someone just went to Sarna. They went to Sarna and just wrote this article up. So they have no idea what they're talking about. No idea what they're talking about. The Orion is like, it's okay. I don't know if it's the best heavy mech, but it's okay. This is their number one position, too. Their number one heavy mech is an Orion. The Orion has 14.5 tons of armor for the ultimate protect. That part's true. It has about as much armor as it can have. It is superior to many other heavy mechs. Why? Why? He says it here, in fact. When you say in fact, you are saying that in the matters that are factual, it is superior to many other heavy mechs. And then you just end it there. But how can it be superior to many other mechs while it only being potentially the best option there is? Like, that's stupid. Like, why would you phrase it this way? So, yeah, you could educate yourself off of other people's articles, but you have to be able to vet the information. If you don't understand how to interpret the information, then the advice that you're getting could be corrupted. You could be getting bad advice. It's basically like, what if you don't know anything about cars and you take your car into the auto mechanic and he's like, oh yeah, your car is like, it needs all of this done. But if you don't know anything about cars, then you just have to take him at his word. That's the issue there as a new player. If you don't know anything about the game mechanics, then they didn't give you any interesting information. They just listed 10 mechs. Like, if you ask me, what is that a list of? That is just a list of 10 heavy mechs. The only thing that was true in that list is that those 10 mechs were, in fact, heavy mechs. That's all the information. But, you know, like, how would you know? How would you know? You wouldn't know. If you were brand new to the game, you might think that's perfectly valid information. What's perfectly valid information is that I'm going to buy this hero mech. So on board is the Black Knight. We can't use it because you guys didn't vote for it, but into the storage it goes. Now, why would I buy it even though you guys didn't vote for it? It's very simple, actually. By buying it, I take it out of the hero mech pool. So that means the next time a hero mech pops up, this mech cannot be one of them, which means it narrows the list down and makes the mechs we want to get more likely. They're more likely to appear. This mech needs to be repaired. You know, people ask me, why don't I do tier lists? Honestly, I take those kind of seriously. That's why I don't do tier lists. Because, like, you know, like, if I'm going to say something is the best, I want to have a really good reason to say something is the best. I'm a little scientific like that. Like, scientists will often say, like, we believe X, Y, or Z is true. And when believe is not a very strong word, and people will say, oh, scientists only believe that this is true. But what they're trying to be is accurate. Like, in the event that they want to leave room for something even more accurate than what they're currently saying. Or if something disproves it, that's why they use the word like believe, just because, you know, like you never know. You know, it's 99.99% certain, but you could run into that like 0.01% chance that something like overturns it. So they're just trying to be like accurate. Would you say that's correct, Dr. Sheriff Cram? Because like you're like you're a scientist.
I literally am. Yeah. No, that's absolutely correct. Yeah. You want to basically prove. You want to make an assumption, and you'll hear scientists like, you know, making hypotheses, and then they try to like make it factual, but at no point, like, the interesting thing is whenever any piece of data is given alongside a set of statistics, and they're done with a thing called a confidence rating, and basically it's to prove that you're at least 95% confident that the findings that you had are true, so you're never ever saying that you're 100% correct even then.
Yeah, and so, like, that's the reason why I don't do tier lists, because if I say something is the best, I want to have, like, you know, like a 95% confidence that that thing is either the best or it has an incredibly strong argument to be the best. I'll give you a quick example. Let me go to YouTube real fast. Like, just so, you know, I guess you get to learn a little bit about my personality. Get Good Fox Ultra Cash. So I very rarely will make a clickbait kind of, this was not a clickbait video, but I gave the video a title that is very sensationalist. So this video is one of the guides I made for a previous game that I played before MechWarrior. I called the strategy Ultra Cash the God Economy. And I said it is the most overpowered strategy in the game. Normally, I would never say something like that, because that is a very bold claim. If I say this is the most overpowered strategy in the game, it needs to be the most overpowered strategy in the game. And you know what it was? It is the most It is a strategy. It is so good that people actually hate that I made it. They don't like that I made it. They wish I never created it. Like, it offends them that it was so powerful. And it didn't use any mods, exploits, hacks. It just used stacking intelligent attributes in the game. And people hate, there are not, a lot of people loved it, but there were a section of people who hated that I created it because it shattered their image of what the game was. But that was it. That was the one time. And I played that game for 5 years. And I named one strategy in 5 years the most overpowered strategy because it was. And to this day, it is still the most overpowered strategy. No one has come up with something that tops it. So I take it pretty seriously. Anyways, we're going to go into blood minerals because, you know, we're here. Might as well, you know, like, we're going to get hit by Rasalhague pretty soon, so we might as well just do this.
Sounds good to me.
And, oh, he's injured. Let me put someone else in. You know, our pilots have been doing really good with not dying. I'm impressed.
Yeah, this guy here keeps getting injured like all the time.
You know, I probably need to adjust the agent core. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go, even though we're not in a Oh, can I not adjust the agent core in the middle of? Oh, I'm in a system that doesn't have. We have no industrial hub capabilities here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, we'll use it as it is then. All right, I'm gonna use the. Oh, your pilot's injured too. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Unless there's something better, I don't know. I didn't really look.
You know, I haven't used the Corsair. I'm gonna use the Corsair. I haven't used it yet.
It is a massive piece of crap.
I sure hope I don't need to go fast. The Hatchetman?
Why not? It is a piece of dirt.
Here we go. This is a very balanced team we got going. Charlie
like,
Demon, welcome to the show.
I don't even know what to think of this team. This is just something strange.
Dara says I would have created multiple tier lists for short, medium, or short range, long range, general builds. Yeah, I would have a great. Okay, let me talk a little bit about the complications of making. Like, for example, what if I ask the question, what are the best mechs in the game? The problem is best is not very descriptive. What exactly does somebody mean by the best mechs in the game? Is it the best mechs in terms of firepower? But, you know, like I said, then you're becoming more specific. The best overall mechs in the game? That's also very open. Like, what exactly makes something the best overall? So it immediately becomes an issue. And here's a good example. I'll give you the perfect example. Most people would not consider the Firestarter, the standard model, I think it's the Firestarter A, the FS9A, most people would not consider that the best mech in the game, but it's one of the best light mechs that is not a hero mech, and you can get one every playthrough. You can get them every single time. Like, there is no doubt that you will get a Firestarter FS9A. And they're very, very good. You can use them all throughout the light. You can use them all throughout medium. You might even be able to use them all through heavy if you're familiar with operating light mechs. And while, sure, there are stronger mechs, there's no doubt about it, who knows when you're going to get those. But you can get a Firestarter every single time. So, depending on how you look at it, you could make the argument that the Firestarter FS9A is one of the best mechs, not because it's the most powerful, but because it's very strong and you can get them very reliably every single new playthrough. So that's a very interesting qualification that one might not think of, like what makes a mech the best mech. So it's like, those are some of the complications of what makes a mech the best mech. That's why I haven't really... That's why I've been wary about... I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good idea. I could probably name some of the best mechs in the game. Like, the Archer Agent Court would go on the list. The King Crab Car would go on the list. The Zeus Skokomish would go on the list. Those would be just, like, best overall mechs or best mechs for, like, firepower. But like I said, there are different ways to play MechWarrior 5, and different mechs excel in different situations. Like, the Trebuchet LG is really good. It is certainly not the most devastating mech in the game, but it's very, very good, especially when you get it in a, you know, like in an on-time manner. And it's capable of like making many missions a lot easier because it's so fast. It's fast and it's got a lot of firepower, and that's something that some of the other mechs don't necessarily do that. So it's once again, it can be hard. It's kind of hard to say, like, what exactly makes a mech the best. This guy's really letting me have it, isn't he?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target eliminated.
So the only way I could like make the best,
Target acquired.
I would have to make multiple tier lists, because the thing is there would need to be some... I mean, I could commit to it. I could commit to what are the best mechs, but like there would be so many factors to consider. Like, what would be the top 10 best mechs? Like, there would be so many factors to consider. It would be a lot more complicated than just listing the top 10 most DPS crazy. Like, wow, like mega DPS. That's fucking crazy, bro. Like DPS in the game. Like, there would definitely be like more to it than that.
And I think if we had to like decide which is the best mech, you kind of have to set a bunch of criteria and then rate them all on that criteria and be fair, and then at the end of it just be prepared that whatever mech gets turned out at the end based on your average score is just the best mech. And it could be, and you could be like, you know, let's say availability, and it could be like the Shadowhawk is like super available, it does relatively good damage, it's got good armor, and it can end up with a Shadowhawk just because all of its random like you know, things that you're rating it on end up just being like more than average, and then it's like, oh, the king crab car is really good, but you know, it's really hard to find. That might just bring it down, but it's just, yeah, it's just so hard to know how to like wait.
Yeah, you have to come with like a
Categories are
waiting for it, because like, you know, you have to say like, is availability equally important to total DPS, etc.
No,
like, you know,
obviously.
yeah, it's like you'd have to come up with a way to weight it.
And I guarantee you what mech is turned out at the end. Like I've worked with numbers a lot, and I guarantee when mech is turned out at the end, it just ends up just not being the best mech.
Delphinius asked the question. Here's a question: are burst fire ACs best on 2s and 5s, while single shot is best on 10s and 20s? No. The best AC type completely depends on what the mech is trying to do. Like on the Vulcan, I will not use single fire on a Vulcan, and that's because the Vulcan bounces around too much. Like, it's a very bouncy mech, like the cockpit is just flying around all over the place. So I cannot snipe with that mech, so I will always use a burst fire on that. On the other hand, this mech here is using single fire AC5, and that's because this mech is sniping, so we want to get as much concentrated damage on a single body part as possible. And the bounciness of the mech, you know, how quick the mech is totally irrelevant. Like, we definitely have the time to line up our shots and be accurate. So, like, I prefer, like, I kind of view burst fire autocannons as basically like submachine guns. You know, the submachine gun would probably be used on something that's moving a lot. You know, you're not gonna sit there like a rifleman, like exchanging shots with something. You know, you might occasionally do that, but for the most part, you're going to be firing on the move, shooting on the move, like very aggressively. And that's the way I use the burst fire autocannon. I use it on mechs that do not have the time and luxury to be sitting still and sniping. Whereas if it's very important to snipe, I use single fire. As far as AC 10 and 20 go, I just don't use those weapons because I don't really like those weapons, especially the AC 10. I very rarely use the AC 10 unless it's LBX AC 10. AC 20, I would say, yeah, you probably want to use single fire, mainly because that weapon sacrifices so much. You have to give up so much to mount an AC 20 in the first place. So as a result, you want to make sure you're just getting as much damage as possible into one location. Even though burst fire does more damage, I don't think the additional damage that the burst fire does is worth the loss of damage concentration. But even then, I just don't think the AC-20 is a very good weapon to begin with, which is why you will not see me use it very often.
Ooh, okay, Wolverine. Annoying.
Like right there, you can see I was really going for his center torso there. Because like, I'm really just trying to knock them out. Oh, we stirred up the hornet's nest. They're mad at us now. Right here, I'm going all center torso. This is like all center torso damage. Just trying to make sure every bullet goes center torso. Someone is hitting me. Oh, it's one of these stupid partisans. And like, if I was doing burst fire, the burst fire might split the damage up a bit. And you'll notice I'm not really fighting and moving at the same time very much on this mech, and that's because this mech is slow. So there's no real reason to do burst fire on a mech like this.
Target acquired.
Tango down!
Target destroyed.
So it really just depends on what the nature of the mech is and what the mech is trying to do. What mech would you recommend for the best sniper platform? So that's like kind of a... How do I phrase it politely? I don't think it's a very good question. And what I mean by that is the answer is not going to be very informative. The best sniping mech is the King Crab car. But if you don't have exactly the King Crab car, then that information may not be particularly useful to you. You may not even know how to get the King Crab car. You may not even have the DLC that grants you access to the King Crab car. So how could we turn that into a question that is a good question? So there's that saying, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for the rest of his life. The correct well, you know, I guess I don't want to sound mean. The superior question, so we're going to steel man the question. Let's steel man the question. How do I recognize a sniping mech? That's the real question. So that you can just look at a mech and be like, ah, this is a mech that is for sniping. The answer is that you are looking for specific hard points, and it does. It matters on the weight class. Like, you don't need as many hard points based on the weight class, but the sniping hard point is the medium ballistic hard point. That is the sniping hard point. Why is the medium ballistic the sniping hard point? There are several reasons for it. Reason number one, it is a lot more common than the large ballistic hard point. There are no mechs that have more than 2 large ballistic hardpoints, for example. So, and large ballistic hardpoints are very, very chunky. You can't do a lot with them. And so that means the best you can do on a large ballistic would be like 2 Gauss rifles. That's the best you can do. But with the medium ballistic hardpoint, oh my god, I saw that. That was crazy.
I got death from above.
Be sure to take it apart.
Now, medium ballistic hardpoints, they can do up to 4. Like, that's the maximum that we've ever seen on a mech. We've never seen more than 4 medium ballistic hardpoints. 4 medium ballistic hardpoints can do 4 AC-5s of any type. You know, it could be burst fire. You could snipe with burst fire. You could snipe with rapid fire. You could snipe with single fire. You could also do 4 heavy rifles. You could absolutely snipe with 4 heavy rifles. 4, though, is appropriate for assault. You do not need 4 ballistic hardpoints to snipe at lighter weights. At heavy, it's going to be 2. There are some heavy mechs that can do 3, but for the most part, you know, those mechs are a bit unusual. 3 is fine, though. You could do great with 3. A Rifleman has 2 medium ballistic hardpoints. That's why it's pretty good at sniping. The Jaeger mech has 2 medium ballistic hardpoints. That's why it's pretty good at sniping. In the medium class, I don't think there's a whole lot of good snipers in the medium class, to be totally honest. I'm trying to think of, like, who snipes in the medium class. Typically, you snipe... Okay, in the medium class, typically you would equip a single AC-5, and you would use it less like a... You don't really think of it as a sniping weapon so much as, like, it's just like a sharpshooting weapon. Like, you know, like, I mean, it's kind of, you might say it's a difference without distinction. Basically, you would use a single AC-5 to just, like, needle away, like, light targets. You know, like, get that helicopter out of here. You know, get that, like, tank out of here. Get that, like, turret out of here. But you probably wouldn't just sit there and try to destroy an incoming mech with just your AC-5. I mean, you could do that, though. You'd probably use a lot of ammo in the process. So you might not really engage in sniping as much in the medium class. Like, there might be some mechs that I'm not thinking of that can do it. You could probably do it with the Blackjack with twin AC2s. Like, you know, it's just a little harder to do. And then in the light class, you know, you're not really going to do a lot of sniping in light. You know, I guess there's the Panther. You could try with the PPC. I don't think it works very well because I don't think a single PPC is enough damage, even for a light mech, because people are more fragile. I just don't think it's enough damage. Cataphrag, ER PPC, I'll take that. Give me these AC-5s. An AC-2 rapid fire?
The pilot survived.
Oh. Even though he got squished?
Yeah, I mean, he got squished. Honestly, the Hatchaman, I'll tell you what's not the best mech in the game. The Hatchaman. We can narrow it down by at least 1 mech. It is not the best.
That is true. The Hatchetman is definitely not the best mech in the game. I could support that. Let's go over here back to New Hope so that we can actually repair. The Hunchback H. Which one is the H? They all start with a 4. So the forehead. The forehead? Oh, yeah, the forehead. The forehead? Yeah, you could snipe with the forehead, probably. I mean, like, one AC. Here's the problem. One AC. Okay, a lot of medium mechs are really chunky, so it's kind of hard to snipe medium mechs with a single AC5. You kind of need 2. But not a lot of mechs do, too. But you could basically provide support fire with the forehead. You know, an AC5 and 4 medium lasers. That would be pretty decent. Like, that'd be a perfectly good mech. But I wouldn't really consider it a sniping mech. You know, if you're going to do a long-range mech in the medium class, it's going to be an LRM mech. It's going to be like the 4J with twin LRM5s or twin LRM10s. That's probably how you're going to do fire support. Or I guess you could snipe if you brought 4 mechs and all 4 of them had one AC5, you could combine fire and shoot at one thing and like destroy it that way. But that would require you having like, you know, actual people doing that because, you know, the AI is not going to be very good at that.
You can be freaky and get the Enforcer 5P, which is 2 medium ballistic slots, I believe. But I don't know when it's available, and I think it's really rare. So it's probably not very useful either.
Moonraven says the gridiron could work with the Gauss rifle. The problem is the Gauss rifle is only good at sniping if you can hit headshots. If you cannot hit headshots, then the Gauss rifle really doesn't do that much damage. It's a fairly low damage weapon due to its extremely slow rate of fire. So yeah, if you can hit headshots, then yes, you could snipe with the gridiron or any other heavy mech or a medium mech that can mount a Gauss rifle. But you have to score the headshots. If you can't score the headshots, then yeah, you're barely doing any damage. That's why you need like multiple Gauss rifles, because you need if you don't hit a headshot, you need both of the Gauss rifles to hit the same armor segment so that you can kind of like push through the armor and try to cause some major damage to the mech. Like, that would be the reason they're saying, like, that's why the King Crab car works that way. If all 4 of your heavy rifles hit the center torso, it's just so much damage that you'll probably get an armor breach on the center torso, and then a follow-up shot will finish it off. So you're killing a mech in 2 volleys. But a single Gauss rifle is not going to be enough damage to do that to like a medium mech. A medium mech can eat a few hits from Gauss rifle, and if you miss or you hit if you hit center torso, right torso, left leg, if you split the damage that way, then you're barely doing, you do so little damage with Gauss rifle. Like, Gauss rifle is completely dependent on your ability to either score headshots or always hit the same part of the mech every single time. And that is a high skill requirement, especially on a medium mech, because you're either faster, they move around a lot, they're smaller, so they're a smaller target that moves around a lot, and you know, it's not very generous. Whereas getting Gauss rifle on a Atlas's center torso is very easy. It's very slow, it's very wide, it's very predictable, it's very easy to get ammo on the Atlas's center torso, which is why I always say the Atlas is trash. Like, the Atlas is so easy to kill because of how fat it is. So it is an issue that there's like a lot of nuance to it. That's the main thing there. I want to point out that it's very easy to say this is the best thing ever, but you know, the game has a lot of nuance. Anyways, I think we're running up on time. I think that's pretty good. So why don't we wrap things up? Why don't we do that? And I will answer any last-minute questions before I go, and I will also show you the schedule. So, schedule. Oh, somebody joined. Oh, look who it is. It's Delphinius. Oh, why don't you say hi to the stream? There you go. Here's Delphinius in here. I'll just say... wow, you're on the show right now. That's crazy. And I'm going to post, I guess, Evil Larry for no reason at all. There we go. Evil Larry welcomes you to the Discord. There you go. Oh, yeah, I was going to post the link. So if you want to join the Discord, this is where you can submit a mech for testing. If you want a mech, you want me to use one of your mechs, we can do that. If you want to submit a mech, go to this channel here. This is MechWarrior 5 viewer builds. And right over here in my pinned section, I have all of the mechs you guys have submitted. Most of these are for models. I don't have an Annihilator 2A yet. I don't have a Grasshopper 5M. I don't have a Kintaro 20. I don't think we have a 20. This is for a Crab Triple OB. I don't have that yet. You know, I'll get it. I'll make it when I get it. This is for the the King Crab triple O or a quadruple O. We don't have that. The Victor 9A1, I don't have that. Annihilator, don't have any of those. Blackjack A, don't have it. The Shadowhawk GD, don't have it. So, you know, when I get those mechs, I will make them. But you can create a mech, and I will operate it. The only condition is it has to be one of the mechs that people voted for, which is at the very top of the list, and it's also on the pins. You can scroll down to the bottom on the pins, and you can even jump to it, and it'll show you these are the mechs that people voted for. The Flea, Panther, Commando, Javelin, Shadowhawk, Crab, Hatchman, Kentaro, Blackjack, Marauder, Jaeger Mech, Grasshopper, Archer, Annihilator, King Crab, Victor, Marauder 2, and Corsair. Those are the mechs that, that is the only exception. It could be any mech model in those categories. While you're there, you can also play games. I got back into Helldivers recently. So if you like playing Helldivers, yeah, you can play with me. In fact, I'll be playing Helldivers later on today, in fact. As well as a whole bunch of other games. I play Warframe, World of Warcraft, The First Descendant, Terraria, Nikkei, State of Decay, obviously MechWarrior 5, Helldivers, Fortnite, Dragon Ball, Dokkan Battle, 7 Days to Die, and we have a whole bunch of other sections as well where we cut up and just do a bunch of dumb bullshit and typically embarrass ourselves, including our periodic drunk streams where I drank too much and fell asleep before we actually got to the festivities. So yeah, can I show a list of what I guess I can load up the game real fast. Why not? I can do that. What was that noise? The computer just beeped at me. I hate when the computer beeps because it feels like, I don't know, it's going to self-destruct or something. It's going to, like, blow up.
Broken.
It's going to explode. One of my old consoles would do that. It would just go like bzzz, and it would just get louder and louder and higher pitched, and I would like look at it out of my side eye, and I'm like, this thing's gonna explode. It was gonna like embed me with like plastic shrapnel or something. Like, am I about to die? Oh, you need to go into here. Okay, so what we have is, let's sell some mechs. Awesome was worth 1.8 million. We don't need this many blackjacks. 550K, 550K. 550K. We don't need this cataphract. 2.8 million. We don't need this guy. 600,000. This charger. 2.8 million. That's because it's the engine's really good. Cicada should be. Oh, no, I can't sell that. We need that for a quest. We don't need these guys. 2.1 million. 2.1 million. We don't need the fire starter. 1.2 million. The Ember gets to stay. The Grasshopper stays. We don't need this many Jaeger mechs. You can go. 1.1 million. We can keep those. Javelin is not on the list, right? I don't think Javelin's on the list. Or is the Javelin on the list? This is why I write things down, because I don't actually know the answer to it. Let me look. To the pinned comment. Yes, the Javelin's on the list. So the Javelin gets to stay. The Kentaro gets to stay. You go. 360K for that. The Warhammer is going to go. 1.2 million for that. The Zeus can go. Wait, the Zeus is not. Yeah. The Zeus is not on the list. There's no way the Zeus is on the list. Because we did the Zeus in a previous playthrough. Yeah, the Zeus can go. 3.1 million for that Zeus. The rest of these are going to stay because we either A, we need them, or B, they're a hero mech, and I just keep on hanging on to those. So the mechs we have is the Corsair, the Privateer, the Hatchetman 3F, the Blackjack 1DC, the Blackjack 1X, the Marauder 3R, the Jaeger Mech A, the Archer Agent Court, the Archer 2W, the King Crab Car, the Javelin High there, the Panther 9R, the Crab 20, the Grasshopper 5, the Grasshopper 5H, the Archer 2R, the Kentaro 19B, more Marauder 3Rs, the Victor 9B, Shadowhawk 2H, another Crab 20, the Flea 15, the Archer 2S, the Kentaro 19, the Archer 2K, the Javelin 10N, the Shadowhawk 2P and 2D, the Commando 1D, you one-dimensional loser. You're just like a single dot. You don't have any linearity whatsoever. Marauder 3D, 3 dimensions. It can go in the X-axis, the Y-axis, and the Z-axis. If there's a 4D, it could go in the W axis. The Archer 2RB, and then back in reserve, we got another Blackjack 1. We've got a Commando 2D and a 2P. We've got another Grasshopper and a Jaeger mech in reserve. We got a Javelin 10F, a Kentaro 18, a Panther 8Z, which is basically identical to the 9R, a Shadowhawk 2K, and that's what we have. And as we go, we will collect even more. Let me go ahead and save that, since I don't want to sell all those a second time. All right, and so those are all of the mechs that we currently have. If there are any other questions and comments, I will answer them before we go. And any closing thoughts, Doctor?
No. We're making our way through this pretty quickly, and we're probably going to be up in Rasalhague pretty soon too, I think.
Yeah, next stream probably is going to be Rasalhague.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So it's quite a good set of missions. Like, they're all quite unique.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we completed our main goal of having some good mechs in preparation of Rasalhague, because that was one of our concerns, and now we don't really have to worry about that. We definitely have some good mechs. Anyways, looks like we answered all the questions, so that is that. You've seen the schedule. I forgot about that. Schedule. So this has not been a great month for streaming, simply because I just don't have the time to commit to streaming. Out of all the content I create, streaming is like a lower priority, simply because, like, you know, the fact of the matter, streaming just doesn't make as much money as like other content. So if something gets put on the chopping block, it is streaming, unfortunately. So streaming had to go. We probably will be getting back to more aggressive streaming maybe next week. I'm not sure. It'll either be next week or the week after. But there's just a lot of stuff that I got to do, and that shit is getting done. And, yeah, otherwise, yeah, so, like, Generation Zero, I'm not ready to do the last one. I have to farm a resource before I can even, I don't want to, farming is boring. I don't want to show people farming. So I got to farm off screen, and I just haven't had time to do it. So there just hasn't been time to do any streaming. It's a little annoying, because normally on the New Year's, I'm like, time to hit things really hard. Unfortunately, the reverse is happening. Life is hitting me really hard instead. But I have a feeling that maybe next week you'll see something a bit more normal, maybe 2 or 3 streams, and most likely, if not by next week, then probably the first week of March. Then, because like, I am almost done with all of the things that I need to do. Like, there's a bunch of responsibilities. Like, you know, I got to repaint my whole house. Like, I didn't want to do it, but apparently I got to repaint my entire house, which is a real pain in the ass. And then a whole bunch of games that I paid money for seasonal passes. All of the seasons are ending, and I want to get my money's worth, so I need to, like, farm out all the bullshit in all of the seasons, because I guess everyone decided their seasonal content would end simultaneously. So there's just a lot of stuff that I have been needing to do. You can always catch me in the Discord, though, because I am there every single day. Jeff Lawrence says, new here and fairly new to the game. Wondering if you are running any mods. I run one mod, and one mod only. Let me go ahead and show you that. In fact, how do you do mods? I kind of forget how you do mods. It's very rare that I need to do anything about it. Let's see, where's MechWarrior 5?
It's in the main menu.
Explore mods. What mod do I use? Mech Attribute Viewer, here it is. This is the only, oh my god, it could be inappropriate for people of any age. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It might not be appropriate. This is the only mod I use. This mod does not change the gameplay. All it does is, you can see in the little screenshot here, it just adds little notations. Like, you could see this is the Archer Agent Core, and it's got a little XL, a DHS, and an AP. It just tells you that it has an extra light engine, double heat sinks. It's not adding those to it. It always had those, even unmodified. But for some reason, the game doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you what mechs have an extra light engine, what mechs have double heat sinks, what mechs have, you know, an active probe, or endosteel or ferrofibrous armor. For some reason, the game doesn't tell you. You just have to know. And I don't want to look up every single mech every single time to know what hidden attributes they have. So that's why I have Mech Attribute Viewer. I like this one. This is good. This is the only mod I use, so in other words, you're still watching vanilla gameplay, just with this letting me know if a mech has a special feature, because I don't want to look them up every single time over and over and over again. Anyways, yep. Unfortunately, you just tuned in right at the end of the stream. I typically stream for about 2 hours, and we're up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I will see you guys later. I have a feeling the Atlas video is actually almost done. The Atlas video, where's all this? So this is all of the video footage for the Atlas. That needs to be done. That's not done yet. Oh, no, this is all done. This is all the stuff for the Atlas. This is garbage. This can get deleted. So this is all the stuff for the Atlas. Like, this is like, the Atlas is like, oh, here it is, like, here's the Atlas walking. This is gonna go into the TikTok version of the video. That's why it's in like vertical form. But this is all the footage. That part's done. The voiceover is almost done. And this is let's go into Audition real fast. I guess you can see a behind the scenes. This is what it looks like to be a video editor. I have to stare at these and zoom in to look at the waveform in excruciating detail. Beham itself was a planet whose ecology was devastated by aggressive mining operations. And I gotta look through these for errors. I gotta search through all of these waveforms and look for the mistakes, because they happen. They just, you talk and, like, saliva bubbles pop in your mouth, and they just makes popping noises, and you got to delete them. You don't have to. I could leave them in there, but I don't know. I think it's not professional. Arm 2 center torso. 2 assault battle fist actuators. These are melee weapons rated at 30 damage, right arm and left arm. They are notable for doing... I tried to find... I guess I did a good job of finding errors. I didn't find any. I got to listen to this one more time, because in case I say something really stupid, because it can happen, I got to listen to that one more time. Once that's done, I just need to polish up the, and to do that, I would just do this. I would, take a sound print and then give it the sound treatment. I said take a sound print and give it the sound treatment. Effects, noise reduction. There we go. Oh, bam. Reducing the sound in the background. That's crazy. Like the miracles of like science or some bullshit. There, I'll do it a second time. Wow. You can't even tell what's going on because you don't know what to look for. I know what it's doing though. I do it 3 times typically. So what that did is you can actually see it in this area. Now watch, I'll undo it. Like look at this area in the bottom right. You see there's more like fuzziness appearing? I'm removing the fuzziness from it. Look, I know you guys don't... staring at audio waveforms and sound waves and stuff, it's not as fun as you think. You might think it's, oh, wow, that's crazy. Looking at sound waves and shit, it's not as fun as you might think. In fact, it's very, very mentally taxing having to listen very closely second by second, which is why it takes a while to do these videos. But, yeah. Once I do that, the video will be ready to go into final production. You want to? I'll show you what that looks like real fast. You want to see what final production looks? I'll show you. I'll show you what final. I'll show you what I do. Let's go get a MechWarrior template out. Where are my templates at? Premiere Pro. Full length template. Here we go. Let's load up. Like you can see the amazing how fun it is to like. Actually, better idea. Why don't I show you one of the videos we finished? Let's go to the Grasshopper. We did the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper's done actually. And let's pull the Grasshopper out of storage. There we go. The Grasshopper. Okay, so this is what it looks like to make a video. This is crazy. So all of these are, so this is me talking. That's my voice. This is the, in fact, let's disable some of these. So this is the music. So this green one on the bottom is the music. Yep, that's the background. Now, this one in the middle is the mech bay sound effects. This one on the top is me talking. Welcome, MechWarrior. You're accessing beginner level training manual. That's right. You're definitely accessing beginner level training manuals. Now, oh my gosh, like that's what it actually looks like. It's just this image sliding across the screen. Whoa, it's crazy. This is just wow. It's actually just shrunk down. It actually should be about this size. That's how big it normally would be, and then I just shrink it down to half the size, and I tilt it slightly. It's actually slightly off. Let's make it upside down. We can do that. What is going on? And then there's also this. Am I allowed to change it? It won't let me change it? Oh my God, I could do that too. Wait, obey me. I am the master here. I command you to obey me. Yeah, so this is actually the monitor that you're looking at. The monitor is actually has holes punched into it, basically. I'll just delete these. That's actually what you're looking at. The monitor has holes. Like I just punched through them in order to like make it seem like wow, you're watching it. It's like you're in your own mech bay watching it this entire time. Isn't that crazy? There's actually a lot of effects too. Like there's actually white noise being played and all this other kinds of bullshit. This transition is done by putting so this new sound at the bottom is the white noise. Land. You can actually, if you listen very closely, you can just shh noise. Land. You hear it? Most of you, it might go over your head, but it's there. This thing here is what's causing that distortion effect. I can put it anywhere I want, though. This is what it would look like without it. It wouldn't look very fun. See, it just changes. It just jump cuts, basically. It doesn't look very cool, though. It doesn't look professional. So what we do is we put this little thing that, like, makes it all garbled up looking. 1, 2, 3, let's right here. We put this little thing here, and then whoa, makes it look like you're changing the TV. It's like, whoa, it's crazy. And I got to put these in, section by section, that's basically what I'm doing. It's a very time-consuming process. There's a reason why editors get paid a lot. It's not, is it fun? Sometimes, but other times it is not very fun at all. And you're just like, painstakingly laying. It's like building a house brick by brick, except you're building a video instead. And like, yeah, that's how all of these work. Now, these I don't do transitions on because I felt like the jump cuts look good. 86. Originally conceived as a Black Ops stealth mech, the Grasshopper was slated to feature a variety of... Here's something you don't know. You see over here, it says 165.59%. That's because I'm actually speeding this up. I'm actually making this go faster. It wasn't meant to go that quickly originally. It was actually supposed to go... Let me stretch it out to about 100%. Now, you would never know it because I'm using the power of editing. This is how fast it actually went when I recorded it. Originally conceived as a Black Ops stealth mech, the Grasshopper was slated to feature... But that's too slow. That's too slow. So what I actually do is speed it up. So now it actually goes really quickly. Not really quickly. It goes exactly 65.59% faster. Originally conceived as a Black Ops stealth mech, the Grasshopper was... And so that's that. I got to like cut these out, trim them down, fit them in, add in all these dopey, like, whoa, look at that. It's going crazy. I got to write these up, spell check them to make sure I don't look like an ignoramus. And then I also record all of these and just trim them up and put them in. This process takes about 6 to 8 hours to do. Just this final step right here. That's assuming that my brain doesn't get fried. If my brain gets fried, I will like lose concentration. That's typically what happens. When you're editing for a long time, your brain just gets fried. You could feel it. Like all of a sudden your brain doesn't want to do anything anymore. You get distracted by everything, and then I typically give up for a while and then come back to it. It's basically like if you've ever had to study for like trigonometry and then your brain just refuses to do any more studying. That's what it feels like. Or calculus or any type of math where your brain is just like, nah, we're done. Just stop. No shot. That's basically how it works. And that's how making one of these dumb videos works. Don't save. Like, I messed. Okay, you get to go back. You're going back into here. There we go. So there's a behind-the-scenes look of what it's like to be a video editor and an audio editor. Because I did all, and I even did all my music, too. Like, I did a lot of stuff on my channel. Like, where the hell is my... I don't know why it's behind-the-scenes time, but I guess it's behind-the-scenes time right now. Where is Fruity Loops Studio at? Where is it? Project resources, music... Did I not? There is no way. I refuse to believe. There's no way I deleted that. I'll be so mad. FL Studio. Where is my FL Studio at? Oh my God! Did I will be devastated if I deleted that. I will be devastated. I put so much work in. Oh! Thank God! Thank God! Thank God! Here they are. Why isn't it opening? Oh, I didn't install it. This is my new computer. I didn't install it on my new... Okay, I was going to show you how I made my theme song. Because I wrote my own theme song. People ask me, like, where does that music at the end of your videos come from? Like, you know, like if we just like look at any of my videos, like they'll be like, where did the theme song come from? And the answer is I made it myself. Welcome, right, MechWarrior. You're accessing the support I receive. The more time I can dedicate to doing it. So, thank you guys so much once again. Till next time, though, Mech Bros. This is Commander Fox dipping out. So deuces, everyone, and remember that you don't. Yeah, people ask me, what is that song from? The answer is that song is from nothing because it's only 30 seconds long. I just wrote a 30 seconds like kind of like victory theme at the end, and yeah, I would have showed you how I did that as well. That actually took me like a month because I learned a little bit about the introduction to audio synthesis in order to make that, and that was that was like 5 years ago when I first started the channel though. Anyways, there you go. Enough behind the scenes. The video's over. The stream's over. We're getting out of here. We're dipping out. Thank you guys for being a real chat. We'll see you guys next time. Remember that you don't have to be good to get good.